What is up, everybody? I'm on a little bit early, so give me a second. Okay, so I said I would do a live stream earlier today. Check out my morning live stream that I did. So finally, Kamala Harris, she concedes to Trump. I think that delay of concession might have been because maybe they were kind of hanging on to some glimmer of hope that some late voting counts would come in their favor, but it just never happened. Um, she was getting a lot of heat for not immediately conceding the election, but and I think I went to sleep. Like, and if Kamala was like me, right? I can imagine being Kamala Harris last night, and if she was anything like me, she probably looked at how she was getting swept across the nation by Trump, just mopped. He was just mopping her ass across the nation. And she probably got tired of seeing it. She probably got tired, like, I'm going to bed. Y'all let me know if I won. All right, because I'm not doing this anymore. They done had me all across the country working like an underpaid slave, for this propped up election. And I'm just tired. And I'm pretty sure Kamala had a drink and took her ass to bed last night, right? She knew what it was. Like, I think that her camp kind of saw what was going on. And they were like, this doesn't look good for us. Kamala's like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm taking my ass to bed. I'm taking these earrings off and I'm taking my ass to bed. And that's exactly what Kamala probably did last night. She just like, I'm gonna wake up and possibly be surprised, but it doesn't look good for me, right? I took my ass to bed last night. I didn't stay up until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I took my ass to bed because the writing was really on the wall. Like, people were talking about, I stayed up until 3, 4, 5 o'clock. I'm like, y'all crazy as hell. I took my ass to bed, right? You cannot see the way that those numbers were coming in and not have some level of confidence. Like, this wasn't 2020. We didn't have the pandemic. We didn't have all that extra stuff. I went to bed pretty confident. And I mean, to me, it was a pretty obvious call when I went to bed that Donald Trump was going to be the next president. So there was no need for me to be staying up all night trying to see a call because it was just the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. And I think now Kamala Harris, she recently came out and she did a concession speech. And I had a chance to listen to some of her words. And it was interesting because it was like the concession speech was pretty much riddled with some kind of weird fear tactics mixed with some of her campaign talking points, riddled in with more fear tactics, but then trying to, have this, you know, overtone of grace, meaning that we conceded. It's going to be a peaceful transition. We're not going to do like, what Donald Trump did. She basically took that route with the concession speech. So, what I really want to know, though, is the Democrats keep saying that they're fighting for freedom. This is a talking point, this is an argument point of their. Who do they believe is not free in America? I'm just curious about that. Like, who do they believe in America is not free? And and I think this is just a weird thing with Democrats is their talking points are just they're just weird. I'm like, when you talk about women, Sunny Hostin was talking about, she has less freedoms today. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Right? Like, I don't understand what freedoms have been stripped outside of Democrats censoring the hell out of Americans leveraging their corporate social media side chicks and governmental pawns. Like, I really don't understand that.
Ideals that reflect America at a
Let's go back to the beginning. Kamala looked like she's rested, and she doesn't look super emotional. She don't look as emotional as some of her Democratic counterparts who are taking today very hard. I mean, these people are taking today very, very hard. I mean, I didn't realize that this would be such an emotional thing for people. And at the heart of what some of the people I've been hearing from, it's like, we're not going to be able to kill our babies. Like, we're not going to be able, women are not going to be able to, have body autonomy. And it's just like, where are you people getting this from? Like, I don't understand what these people are talking about, really, you know? And even when you're coming down to these states with more aggressive abortion bans, there's so many other states that don't have them. You can still go kill your baby in those states and then come right back home. And I've said this before. These people are so damn weird. Some of their talking points, they're just old. And I said this before. The Democrats are going to ride Roe v. Wade and this freaking abortion argument until the cows come home. And I think what Trump did was make it impossible for them to be able to run on that issue, at least at the federal level, to try to sway votes on the federal level, right? We gonna kick this shit right off to the states, and y'all gonna argue about this within the states as it should have been. And that's all Trump really did. I think what really gets a lot of these so-called constitutionalists on the Democratic side in a tizzy is that the Constitution is actually working for the first damn time in that damn issue. So Trump was not stopping abortions. He even said he wasn't planning on banning abortion. Trump knows that Republicans need abortions just as much as Democrats do. They've had the power to turn Roe back over to the states several times. And it didn't happen until Donald Trump came on the mic. So don't worry, he's not going to do that to you, Republicans or Democrats. You'll still be able to sacrifice and kill the babies that you so desire to kill for your little rituals or your unaccountabilities. I'm trying to get to, she took a long time. I don't know if this was a rally or what, but I was trying to get to the beginning of Kamala Harris's speech. Okay. And they had that woman wearing that same damn brown suit. I know Kamala is relieved, though. It's like, shoot, it's over now. It is over now. All them insults, people talking about her past and calling her all kinds of harlots and Jezebels. I'm like, I'm sure Kamala Harris is like, enough is enough. She's like, I don't want to play this Illuminati card game no more.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. She has good sportsmanship on her face. She doesn't look like she's destroyed like the rest of the Democrats are.
Back. And I'm full of love for our country and full of resolve. But hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. Keep fighting.
Why do we have to keep
And
fighting? What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for, people? This is not a democracy. This is not a democracy. We are a republic with a democratic process. That is what we are, right? Like, so aren't you guys supposed to be fighting for the republic, not some convoluted idea of democracy that you people have like conjured up and made even the poor damn Gen Zers believe that we are democracy and not a republic with a democratic process? Like, you people should have shame.
as long as we
Shout
keep
out
fighting,
to my Schoolhouse Rock folks.
to my beloved Doug and our family, I love.
Where is
We
Doug?
have
How
been
come he's not holding
intentional
your hand? He don't
about
want to
building
stand with you.
community and building
He was willing to
coalitions,
be all up in the
bringing
second gentleman,
people
and now we
together
can't even
from
see
every
Doug. You should
walk
be
of
standing
life
with your
and
woman right
background.
now.
And joy in our fight for America's future.
I mean, y'all don't have to fight for America's future if everybody agrees that our, economic system should be a certain way to benefit everybody. It's like, I don't know. I think they're trying
And
to
we
fight
did
to
it
screw
with the
Americans
knowledge
over.
that we all have so much more in common than what separates us.
That's true. We all love our money, and we all don't want it taxed out the wazoo by the damn government. I feel like we all have that in common. I think we all have that in common. We don't want the government taxing us with all these little creative ways. It's giving legal theft. Rest in peace, Walter E. Williams.
Now I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it.
You see how the Democrats automatically get these people to pivot to their emotions? They automatically go to, you're in your emotions. We're all feeling emotions, right? This is what they want these people centered on, their feelings. You see it across the liberal media.
I also
I'm
told
just,
him
full of all these emotions, and I'm just, it's like, get a handle on
and that we
yourself,
will
right?
engage in a
Like,
peaceful
just get a
transfer
handle.
of
But I
power.
get it though. I'm not even about to rain on the emotional parade of the Democrats, because honestly, if I woke up this morning and Kamala Harris was the president of the United States, I would be emotional too. I would actually be emotional too. I think a lot of people would have been emotional. I think it would have been way more emotional than the emotions that we're getting from the Democrats right now. Because one thing I learned about the conservatives and the Republicans, they can get mad activated. They can get mad activated, and they get like really in their emotions too, right? We thought it was going to be a busy day today, right? And it just wasn't a busy day for us, right? Because people woke up, they looked at the the stock market post Trump being called president, right? And it was just that perception that the market wanted Trump to win. I mean, it's just very clear. I mean, honestly, if it didn't want Trump to win, it would have tanked this morning. We would have woke up and the market probably would have been down. But it wasn't, right? I'm your favorite transgender YouTuber. Get your stupid ass off my thing. I am not a transgender. You just want to be stupid as hell. I probably look better than most of the bitches in your family. Anyways, that's the quickest way to get off my shit, coming up in here with this stupid ass shit. These rat face haters. I mean, and this is what they do. I'm not on your team. I'm not an ally of transgenderism. Don't put that shit on me. Do not put that shit on me. That is your lifestyle. I don't advocate for that shit. I don't ally for that shit. I don't understand why you people come over here putting your shit on other people. That's your lifestyle choice. That's what you choose to ally for. And quite frankly, it's none of my damn business. But don't come over here putting your shit on me. Do not do that. And a lot of you look at a black woman and you want to automatically make us masculine when most of us black women look better than the bitches in your own family. So stop playing with us and stop playing with yourself. Like I cannot stand these passionately ignorant people. If you can't rock with the topic, get your ass on. But you're not gonna come over here lodging stupid ass insults, and we don't even know what your ugly ass look like. Get out of here. But anyways, you said, "Oh, I'm Big Mama." I'm not Big Mama, but I can't stand passionately ignorant people. They want to come up lodging insults, and it's like, let's look at your rat face looking ass, right? I always say it's like the Old Spice commercial. Look at me, now look at you. Now look at me again. That's a rat face looking motherfucker being a hater. Stop playing with people, right? Because I will get busy with you ugly people. Anyways, you guys, your looks like here's you don't know, you just see color and you automatically want to make a Kamala correlation. Go sit down somewhere. But anyways, you guys, Kamala is doing her concession speech. And I think that Kamala did a great job. But again, I feel like she reiterated the fear tactic talking points of the Democrats. And I don't know if this is just to keep her base that she rallied, emotionally engaged with the Democratic Party and their emotions, because that's really how they keep their people engaged with a bunch of emotions. So I think that Kamala Harris is doing this because she's probably trying to set up the next Democrat to run on these same issues and fear tactics. So, ladies, you're going to be hearing about abortion and, violating some idea of your rights, until the cows come home, because these people don't have shit else to run on but race, gender, not being able to kill your babies, enabling biological men to be able to superimpose on biological women and girls. Like, this is the shit that's real. These are the rights that these people claim that they have when they're really entitlements. That's what the Democrats are really fighting for. Their actual transgender lover to feel accepted in society. Meanwhile, society doesn't care about your transgender lover. We're going to look at him like, you look like a chick with lipstick on and a dress, but ain't got shit to do with me, and we're going to keep it moving. But the problem with them is they want to be seen. They want to be forcing people to be accepting them and their lifestyle choice and their idea of themselves. They want people to play mind games with themselves that, you know, you must call me this because I think I'm this, and it's hate speech to call me anything other than what I think. That's their stuff. So don't come over here putting that crap on me, because I would never superimpose myself on other people. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. But anyways, you guys, here's Faulkner. Excuse me. Here's Faulkner. She put up some interesting stats.
Like, when is that going to happen?
Kama got it. She put up some interesting stats that I thought was some perspective for people who are just perplexed as to how this voting went down this year and how Trump actually increased his numbers across voting demographics. So, I mean, this was America all the way. This was America saying no to the Democrats. I mean, like, I can't see this as, like, Democrats really need to peel back the last 4 years and do some deep soul searching to understand why this country is so damn red right now. It is red. The red pope is ruling, y'all. This is the nation of the red pope now. So, whatever that means for us. But, because it's red as hell right now. Trump swept her so bad. I mean, I don't even think a Swiffer could have mopped her the way that Trump mopped her ass across this damn country. And the Democrats really were hopeful. They were really hoping that Kamala Harris would take them to the finish line, but they were really relying on their struggle groups. They were relying on their... I want to go to this thing where we talked about Harris Faulkner put out some numbers, and that I thought was real. Where is it at? I guess I should have had it teed up. This was a good outnumber. They had some good numbers on the table. Yeah, the Republicans cleaned up. People were just, it's crazy. People were just not having these people this year. Even down to the popular vote, people were not having it. What is Mitch McConnell saying? Like, dude, how do they keep these people alive?
0.8 million in Nevada.
Why is he even still?
133 million in Ohio.
I don't want to hear him talk. And it's not even, it's not, I respect my elders and stuff, but I don't like the little demonic ones. I don't trust Mitch McConnell as far as we can throw him. I really can't. I don't even understand why he's anywhere near our government still. But people keep electing. This is where that establishment stuff really is revealing, that you got all of these old people still in their seats. Nobody knew. Like, no stab to even Bernie Sanders, but why the hell are you still there? You have not career path somebody else that you thought maybe will be just as good as you. It's like these people, it's kind of weird to me that, you know, we're ending up with some of the same old usual suspects. Same old usual suspects. This is what we're dealing with. But Harris, look at outnumbered today, because Harris Faulkner, she put up a graph that showed pretty much where the president stood with the different ethnic groups, and Hispanics showed up for Trump, and again, Trump got I believe it was 8% of the black vote in 2016. And this time around, Trump got 15%. And that tells you that black people did attempt, because with Kamala Harris getting 83% of the black vote, black people can't even say that, you know, they didn't try to get her in, because she got 83% of the damn vote, right? There was just very few black people who opted not to go that way. So that tells you right there that Kamala Harris did, even with all of the division among the black community, she did get overwhelmingly a lot of black people supporting her. So that means that everybody else wasn't really rocking with her like that. That means that everybody else wasn't really rocking with her like that. So, you know, Kamala Harris should feel good, because, I mean, even with all that black card stuff and nobody, you know, flip-flopping on the race stuff, she still got 83% of the black vote. So apparently, a lot of black people didn't care about the race thing. They didn't really care about the race thing. I think a lot of black people were new to the delineation thing, so it wasn't really a factor. They were really kind of maybe focused on their money and why they went the other way from Kamala Harris. But that 83% of the black vote, those are still those Democratic establishment, you know, loyalists, right? Who are not going to vote any other way. They're never going to vote for a Republican, because, again, they've been indoctrinated and programmed into believing that Republicans are racist and that they go out of their way to disenfranchise black people. When, how I've seen it, the Republicans have really had very little interest in black people specifically. It's really been the Democratic Party who has had these little slick interests to own our people in little creative ways, keep our people disenfranchised in little creative ways, creating these little programs like welfare to keep our people in a marginalized and comfortable cycle of poverty, you know, making our black men look like criminals, locking our black men up so that they can be cheap labor. So I don't really think of the Republicans as disenfranchising black people too much. The only black people really that I could see the no, because I mean the Republicans aren't tax heavy people. It's the Democrats. Democrats love taxing the hell out of everybody. Joe Biden said that he wasn't going to raise taxes on anybody who made less than 400K. But magically, people that I knew from all income brackets, they somehow owed 2023 taxes. So, yeah, magical. I don't know. But anyways, I hate the tax system in the United States. I really do. I mean, I do. I'm not a libertarian like you. We shouldn't have any taxes, but I do believe that the current tax structure is, to me, nothing short of legal theft. It's a form of punishment for, as you progress in life, you have to progressively have more taxes. Like the government literally penalizes you as a citizen for actually doing better in your life. Insane. Insane. But Donald Trump has won. Kamala Harris has conceded. This political witching season is officially over. Whether the outcome was what you wanted or not, at the end of the day, it's over. It's over now. It's over now. So that's what it is. All right. So let me get into some comments. I see a lot of Trump supporters here. I know it's going to be some passionately ignorant liberals. I'm going to look at it from my computer screen because then that way I can kind of address all the craziness and block people along the way. It's just easier that way. All right. Let's see. Shout out to my mod, Brittany, in the house. Say hi, Brittany. Brittany is on point. Any other mods in here? And remember, mods, if you are in here, we block unapologetically and we hurt feelings over here for the passionately ignorant. We specialize in that. The Epstein and Diddy lists are next. You know what? We're not going to see that Epstein list, people. It's just like they will take Diddy down all day. Diddy is the Epstein that they're delivering to us, right? Because they can't give us the Epstein list. I truly believe if we had that list and we saw all of these perverts on the list that we revere as high class people, right? It'd probably tank the market. It really would probably tank the market because he was in bed with a lot of people in very pristine places, so I don't think that we're going to see that Epstein list. I think we might see the list when more of those people either delete themselves or just die so they don't have to deal with the shame or the, accountability of being involved with that type of disgusting practice, ritual, just I wish I had a dragon, okay? Because it would be Dracarys all day on evil file type people, okay? There's no room in a civil society for pedophiles at all. There's no room in a civil society for them. They definitely do not deserve to be among civilized people. So, and honestly, I don't think with such desires and how such desires can damage another person for life, I just don't really think that they really should be around, but that's just me. It would be a Dracaris immediately, if they are convicted. We would not keep them around. We would publicly shame them and get rid of them from society. But that's just me, right? I believe in a civil ordered society where people are not allowed to damage other people for the rest of their freaking lives. I believe in societies like that. That's why I don't believe in Hollywood society. That's why I tell my kids, don't want to be famous. I don't want you to be famous. I don't want you to covet being famous. I actually tell my kids about these freaky weirdo people and how they've damaged so many individuals as children because they were in a position of power and they just could, right? Dracaris. Dracaris, okay? Absolutely, Brittany. You cannot trust, and this is the thing with that Diddy stuff that really irks me is, and even R. Kelly. I don't care if that was R. Kelly. I don't care if that was Donald Trump. I'm not leaving my kid alone with nobody. I mean, I'm not. People are way too trusting, and that's why I look at a lot of these parents like, shame on you for sacrificing your kid, pimping your kid because you were low value. You couldn't make anything of yourself, so you decided to pimp your kid. This is what a lot of these parents did to their kids. They were sacrificing their kids knowing what it was in that industry, and they were outright not protecting them. So it's crazy. It is crazy. Diddy is the Epstein that we are going to get delivered, right? They're hoping that we would be so inundated with Diddy that, yeah, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel was another one. I heard that Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, they were like swapping pedophile producers. Like Nickelodeon would get rid of it and Disney Channel would rehire. I mean, do you guys see? There was a documentary that came out, and I don't know, was it Nickelodeon child stars or Disney Channel child stars were coming out and talking about these deviants and all these people that they were rolling with, and how they were taking advantage of these kids. And then it's so crazy to me how Kamala Harris was setting herself up to just basically lose so many different ways because, my thing is, you got rumors that you slept your way up, right? But then at your rallies, you got all these hot girl summer thotty bitches, right? That only talk about their vagina and pimping dudes and being a harlot, right? Like she literally did that, right? And then it's like, what was that other point about setting herself up to fail? It was just a lot of things about Kamala Harris's campaign. I was just sitting up here like, wow. Then you have J Lo, right? You have J Lo at your rally, putting on a performance like anybody really cares about her anymore. I don't even know why we're still talking about J Lo. Like nothing that she's done really has been significant. Like the only thing she's most memorable for me, I like the movie The Cell. That was good with Vince Vaughn, but I was a Vince Vaughn fan at the time, so that made sense. Um, so I liked that movie, and I liked her as a fly girl in Living Color, and she reoccurred in Janet Jackson's video. I think That's the Way Love Goes, right? So we saw J Lo; she was a part of the culture, kind of, but then she kind of just after that Diddy thing, I really didn't care about J Lo after that. After she dated Diddy, but off of that though, why would you have J Lo at your rally? It's like these Democrats literally pulled the weirdest people linked to the weirdest things, for this woman to show up for Kamala. It was a damn shame. It was a damn shame, right? You remember J Lo on In Living Color? That was my show. That was my show, okay? Saturday Night Live, they had a run for their money when Keenan Ivory Wayans and them Wayans brothers was doing In Living Color. That's how we got Jim Carrey, okay? They weren't even trying to check for Jim Carrey. Keenan Ivory Wayans was the one that put Jim Carrey on. So when you want to talk about unity in America. There's always been unity in America because here you got a black man in America who has made it. And not only is he making sure that his family eats, but he's putting people on like Jim Carrey, Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer. I mean, these are people that this brother brought with him. You know what I mean? So, there's so many cases that we under discuss about how, you know, people have been unified in this country. I think sometimes we focus on the separatist type stuff that we really don't think about how people actually were unified. Because even Barry Gordy, Motown out here in Detroit, he had a lot of black engineers, but he hired white sound engineers too, right? So he had, oh, that was my candle. I'm like, where's this smoke coming from? Okay. Sorry, guys. Do you guys see that smoke? I'm like, what the hell? But I had a tea light over here. I like my candles and stuff. So I'm like, what the hell? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. She got beat pretty bad. Man, when I saw that last night, I don't know like if anybody's a Nicki Minaj fan, but she has this song on Pink Friday too called Falling for You. And she has this line where, let me see. She says something like, Nikki's flows are just sick as hell. But what did she say? Clean sweep, you get mopped, hoe. And that's all I was thinking about. That whole, like the bars, the song. Let me just go to the song Falling for You real quick. And I ain't trying to get copyright strike. Shout out to Nicki Minaj and Pink Friday too. But this is all that was playing in my brain. When the map kept turning red. I don't want to get copyright strike, but she got this, it's at the very end of the song. Nikki's talking to another artist, I guess, and who was competing with her. And this song is really Trump's anthem right now. Like this last part is really Trump's anthem. But she said, hold on, like this last part. Hold on. Hang on. Let me go back for a second because I'm playing my live stream at the same time. Okay. This is Nicki Minaj. When the map was turning red last night, these verses was in my brain. Picture you ended up under the sea with the dread at. Picture not listening when I said you regret that. I'm number one. Y'all go argue over number. Clean sweep. You get mopped, ho. Trump was like, I'm number one. Y'all go argue over number 4. Clean sweep. You get mopped, ho. That is all I was thinking about when I was looking at the results last night. Like, Trump is mopping the country with her ass. He swept her and now he's mopping her. That's why the Democrats are big mad. I don't think that they really expected to lose that bad. I really do not think that they expected to just get beat like that. I really don't. I really don't. Okay, so Trump took it back. He did. Clean sweep. You get mopped. I'm telling you, Trump was not playing. MAGA for life, that witch got cooked. She got cooked, fried, washed in the tub with them collard greens. She got a whole lot of stuff last night. Okay, she got washed in the tub, just like her collard greens. Just like her collard greens. All right. What you hollering like hustle and flow? I'm telling you, Trump mopped the hell out of her last night. I didn't expect her to lose that bad. I almost started feeling sorry for her. I'm like, damn. No wonder why she disappeared. I would be disappearing too if like, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, even the blue states are red. I'm going to bed, y'all. Just let me know if I won. If there was a little chance that I won, I'm going to bed. Kamala took her ass to bed last night. She like, just tell them Thank y'all for coming out, but I'm taking my ass to bed. I'm gonna get a drink, and I'm gonna take my ass to bed. And that's exactly what Kamala probably did. That's exactly what she did. Like, so, anyways, let's see. Yeah, I feel sorry for a woman that, here's the thing though. A lot of people's identity, especially when they're in America, raised in America, it can be kind of perplexing. I think that her fault was that she allowed the Democrats to leverage her racial identities for political brownie points. I mean, she was getting tokens and brownies from the Asian Indians, and then she was trying to get tokens for the black folks too. And she got them biscuits from the black folks too, and the tokens too. And she was just acting like this chameleon when she really should just been true to herself. I am a biracial woman, right? But my mom raised me as a black woman, which I'm still perplexed as to how a whole Indian woman was able to pull that off. But whatever, Kamala, that's what you're saying. Really, nobody believed her. I don't think she gave authentic. I think that was the reoccurring comment that was made about her, that people felt like she was being puppeted too much. She wasn't speaking on her own convictions. I think that she was sort of placating into different, race groups. So we really didn't get a chance to understand who she really is. And it's unfortunate that she was leveraged like that. But it did not work out for her. It didn't work out for the Democrats because, again, what did Nicki Minaj say?
Picture you ended up under the sea with the dread at. Picture not listening when I said you
regret
that. I mean, lots, ho. You was a chop, ho. I'm number one. Y'all go argue over top, four. Clean, sweet. You getting mopped, ho. Picture me.
That was Trump. That should have been his damn anthem last night. They should have just repeat Nicki Minaj. Clean sweep. You getting mopped, huh? Because that's exactly what happened to Kamala's ass last night. I think that's why the Democrats are like all up in their feelings, though. Because they're like, it's misogyny. America has turned fascist. And it's like, really? Maybe we just don't like you guys anymore. Maybe we've come to our senses, and common sense is coming back in the union. And we don't want to be down with your little ridiculous little antics anymore. I think that seems to be what a lot of people feel. You said say her name right, honey. She don't even say her damn name right. She done chameleon even her damn name. So stop being a name Nazi. Here comes the passionately ignorant Democrats. Say her name right. Okay, she lost the damn election. How about that? I'm gonna just call her that. You lost the damn election, right? Now, po things, these little Democrats all up in they feeling. Man, if you don't go try to get a swipe on Tinder and take your emotional ass off my live stream, Jesus, go get laid. Jesus, these people are weird. Go find a wife that will actually love you for you. So you probably with the thing that settled with you instead of the thing that you really wanted, and so you just upset about everything in life. Girl, what's up, Info Warrior? Hey, mods, y'all know what to do. Y'all see these passionately ignorant people get with them once and then block their asses unapologetically. We don't care about your feelings over here. We talk about logic over here. Common sense is restored to the unions. We not doing your feelings over here. What's wrong with you? We do not do your feelings over here. Anybody who follow this content, please tell these people we specialize in hurting feelings over here. Even the people in my chat get busy with people, so don't come over here because you might get your feelings all the way hurt. And we will not be apologizing to your ass because you came in here emotionally hot and you walked out with your emotions in your hands. But anyways, a lot of people are very happy today. And I like happy people. I do. I haven't really seen a lot of passionately ignorant people running around here at all. People are happy. And I think that even some Democrats are relieved that Trump won again. You got your party loyalists that just do shit because everybody else expects them to do it. And they're scared that somebody's going to look at their voter record and say, oh my God, Like, seriously. But I think even a lot of them were very happy that Trump won. Even the ones who set out and decided, I don't want to be a part of this election, I'm just going to vote from my couch, even they were probably very happy that Trump won deep down in their souls. So, for everybody who is upset that Trump won, there's a bunch more other people who are very happy that he won. They're very cautiously optimistic about their future. So, you know, put a one in the chat if you're happy that Trump won and you actually feel you woke up today with a level of cautious optimism. If you woke up today feeling a little bit more cautiously optimistic about the future, put a one in the chat because that's what it's all about. It was the economy on the table. That was the number one issue for Americans, right? Look at all these people. These people feel cautiously optimistic about the future again. You know? So we sorry for all y'all folks that, thought that the future was bright under Biden and Harris. Meanwhile, we're all being short squeezed and economically pressed. Like we just want something else. Let's get back to Trump. We weren't as pressed under him as we are under these Democrats. So that's where people are. He said, feel good for real. I'm glad, sir. Or ma'am, you should feel good. We've been demonized for 4 years under these weirdos. We should be able to have some relief. I woke up so damn happy. What'd you say, Razor 10? I woke up so damn happy. I'm glad my hood, everyone was holding it down for him. That's right. I'm telling you, a lot of black people, they were not rocking with Kamala. They weren't. Black people, we care about our little pennies too. No matter how little money y'all think we make, we still care about that little money. And we don't want it to be short squeezed and pressed with high inflation and all this stuff. She talked about something. I can do price control, guys. It's like, well, why didn't you do it in 2021 or 2022, 2020? You had chances to do that and you didn't, right? So now you're just dangling shit to people, right? I'm glad Kamala was trying to finesse the entire black community. She tried. But here's the thing. She still was successful. She got 83% of the black vote, right? She got 83% of the black vote this time around. So black people did show up for Kamala. You had 15% of blacks who didn't. They either voted for their couch, they voted for Jill Stein, or they voted for Trump. It was literally between Jill Stein and Trump for a lot of black people that I knew. So Kamala was not in the picture. Like my sister, she called me like, I voted for Trump. She wanted to make sure. She was just like, and she went red all the way down. She literally, a lot of people, they went to the ballot to protest what the Democrats have done to this nation. I think that's really what it was. They just read straight down. I don't care. Just make it a Republican. That's why the Republicans are doing, they did so well with the House and the Senate races. Because people were tired of all of it. All of them. And I've been warning the Democrats since 2020 that they have been doing too much. They literally took every damn card in their little playbook and just whatever happened. And this is how they ended up with senile Biden and chameleon Kamala. And the American people was not buying it. They just weren't buying it. Harris is fired. Well, she still got a job for the next couple of months, so don't disgrace the woman. Just let her go out in peace. Y'all need to stop shaming Kamala Harris, okay? She's lost, all right? So let that woman exist and, refigurate her life. I'm sure she's going to go off and write a book about this experience. Kamala, I'd love to help you write the book, right? I'll be your ghostwriter. Because there's so much juicy stuff. I feel like once all this stuff is over, if you ain't got no NDAs, tell us how the Democrats leveraged you and how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. That's what I'd be helping you, right? how the Democrats puppeted me to this embarrassing ass loss in which Donald J. Trump swept my ass all across the United States. That's what they need to do. What's up, Brazil? We see you. We see you. Um, Black people will regret helping Trump getting to office. Well, they didn't regret it the first damn turn, so stop all the scare tactic, Ken Simmons, and take your ass home somewhere. Always talking about black people and trying to scare us. Let me see. I feel you made me sick. Okay. Yep. They. What do you mean, Emma? What are you talking about? Who are you voting for? Honey, the election's over. Trump won. Right? It's over. Got to move on now. You said you never regretted Trump. Okay. I look at what he did in the 4 years. And you said what Trump did in 4 years. You said he did nothing. What did Kamala Harris and Biden do? I'm just curious. What did they do? Thank you, Tannies. I hope everything is well with you. Um, Drinking wine. I'm about to get on your level, my friend. I just don't like to drink when I'm doing these live streams because then I really start telling the truth about some of these folks, and then I might get banned. I might get banned. Let's see. Afghanistan is one thing that they did. A lot of people feel like we took the country back. Let me ask you guys something. When you say that you taking the country back, like what do you like mean by that? Are you talking about taking the republic back to a democratic process and a time where we were not trying to infuse or confuse entitlements as rights? I would really love more understanding of what does it mean when we say that when people say we're taking our country back. You know, who has it been hijacked from? Are you saying that you're taking it back from the government? Okay, thank you, Ron, for that clarity. So a lot of people feel like the government, it seems, has hijacked, the decision making of this country from the people. And so they believe with Trump being as president, just correct me if I'm wrong, that the power is going to go back to the people. So somewhere, Americans have felt like their power has been stripped. And under Kamala Harris, they felt as though that power would be continuously stripped and their freedoms would be stripped. And we did see some of that during COVID, and so I can understand those sentiments 100%. I would not trust a Biden Harris administration with another pandemic because they locked us all down. Their health administrators were fluffing and misinforming people, selling an emergency usage solution as something that stops the spread. And that's just not how those things work. So, they have been the agents of misinformation. And to me, if the government are agents of misinformation, then to me, our government is working for somebody else that needs the American people thinking and operating in a certain manner. So watch your MK Ultra. Keep your mind strong, guys. Keep your mind strong. Keep your mind strong, because these folks, I tell my kids all the time, listen, I can't watch you guys and see what you're doing all the time on these devices, but let me show you how the devil works. right? You're going to be looking at these two characters and you like them. And then what the devil is going to do is create an algorithm where these two male characters are now making out and kissing. And they're going to put that in front of you, kid. It's going to look confusing, but let me tell you, that's what they want you to think. They are planting seeds of alternative lifestyles in very colorful, creative ways. And they'll say that people are absurd or they're crazy for calling these obvious patterns of algorithmic influence, to mind. But again, it is what it is. Faith over fear. That's right. And here's the thing, for me, it didn't matter who won this election. My faith is in the Most High. My faith is in God's kingdom. And so it's like what I'm doing is just dealing with the recourses of being under, this structure of man right now. Right. And so that's why I kept telling people, you're going to pick the best or the worst demons because this is Satan's world. Right. And obviously nothing that Satan puts together or organizes ever works out well for humanity. So we see how these governmental administrations ebb and flow. It really hasn't worked out for regular Americans that much, has it? Long term, we're paying $35 trillion in debt. Our kids are going to be paying for that. We're paying for it. Their kids are going to be paying for it unless there's some mitigation to this debt. So, yeah. Yeah, and you can't go down to zero rates because you got to bring the debt down. That's just not gonna, it's just not gonna offset well. So we got a lot of work to do in this country. We really do. And it starts with minding our spending. At this point in the game, Americans really have to operate as if we are individual household and we can't afford to be spending in the manner that we're spending. We really do need to get a balance on our checkbook, for real. We do. Our checkbook is not balanced. There's nobody sustainable would be able to stand the way that we've been standing. And military power can only go so far because a lot of these nations have learned how to engage in all kinds of warfare without ever busting any type of bombs or nukes or rockets. They can just go to biological and economic warfare, cyber warfare. So the age of warfare has gotten so much more sophisticated. We got to be careful. That's all I got to say. Trump added 8 trillion and you think he's going to lower that? Well, it takes money to make money. I do believe it takes money to make money. I don't mind the president spending money if we're getting an ROI some way, if we're producing, right? Biden's going to add another 8 or 9 trillion. So what are you talking about? You can't sit up there and throw rocks on one candidate and then not understand that Biden has added just as many trillions as Trump did. And then Obama added 10 trillion. I think Obama has topped all of them in the spending so far. But to Obama's credit, he did spend 10 trillion in 2 terms instead of 8 trillion in 1 term. And Biden is on the same damn pathway to that. So it's like the teapot calling the kettle black, sir. It really is. Okay. How's it misinformation? All you got to do is go look at the spending, honey. You probably don't know. Everything is misinformation when it hurts your feelings, right? Like your feelings are misinformed. Go look at the spending across the administration, okay? You have, what was it? I looked at the numbers. 1993, the U.S. debt was $3 trillion. Clinton added 5. Bush added another 5 or 6, right? Obama added 10 in his 2 terms. Trump came in his first term, added another 8. We don't know what Biden's numbers is, but obviously the way we're sending weapons packages and war and money overseas, we got to believe that Biden has also added another 8 trillion to the debt. So this is not misinformation, right? Get your feelings in check, right? These are facts. Go look them up and prove me wrong. You have the burden of proof for proving me wrong. All right, because I don't care about your feelings about what I say. Drain the swamp. Hopefully he do this. I don't feel like Trump really drained anything his first term. So we going to need to really make that happen if he's draining swamps. You want to swim in my tears? That's weird. I'm not a big crier, you know. Um, I'm your favorite transgender YouTuber. I'm not transgendered. Stop putting your shit on me. All right. Here they go. They always want somebody to be their little deviancy, right? It's crazy. And they do this to black women. They want to make us look like feel like we're masculine. And it's like, bro, we probably look better than most of the bitches in your family. They probably weird ass fat rat looking fake people. And here you are talking about somebody look transgender. I know transgenders probably look better than the people in your family. So stop playing. Stop playing. I can't stand it when these people come over here with stupidity. Just go to one of your Democratic therapists and deal with the fact that Kamala lost. Don't come over here and online lodging insults because you're sad. So, anyways, Ken Simmons, yeah, we can chat in about a year from now and see how the economy has gotten better or worse under Trump. But again, you're talking about each administration is coming in and trying to mitigate trillions of dollars that the previous administration, has added. And again, if there's no ROI on this spending, then it's like, are we getting any type of passive income from any of this money being spent? Is anything flipping here? That's the whole thing. Is anything flipping with all of these trillions of dollars being just spent any and everywhere? That is the real question. And if we're spending millions and hundreds of millions on human liabilities, that's a problem. We got to get a deportation program going. Some of these people, if they don't have the skills to really be here, we really don't need them here. We got to get them back to their asylums or their prisons or their home countries, right? Because we can't afford them. We're going to fall like Rome with these immigrants. Every great nation fell letting these immigrants, barbarians, they used to call them, in. And what they do is they try to integrate these people into their governments, into their militaries, and these people have zero loyalties. We will literally bring all these immigrants in. We don't know who is who, and we're absorbing a bunch of black ops from other countries who will pretend like they just need some asylum, and meanwhile they're black op. So the United States is stupid as hell. We're really a dumb country when it comes to homeland security. And that's why we really do need the Democrats out. We really do. Like, if anything, the Democrats have showed their asses just on homeland security. They have compromised this nation with their ridiculousness. And let's not forget that they had the rhetoric coming into the office that this nation was essentially open. Like, it had to get to the point where people were coming in droves that Kamala Harris is getting on a mic and saying, stay in your country. Because they probably didn't expect the influx of people to just be coming over here. They probably thought, okay, probably we can get a couple of extra million voters out of the migrants. But then when you got a kettle call, right? Now you're dealing with tens of millions of people that you got to manage. And I'm pretty sure they didn't expect for that to happen. Yeah, the economy sucks right now. We need to produce. We need to produce. America is not producing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand how we paying bills if we're not producing like that. That's what I'm saying. I feel you, Lurch 11D. They kettle called those people in here. How am I misinformed? And I live in a sanctuary state. Our Myers were flooded with people that couldn't even speak English, had backpacks fully loaded with care packages. Somebody was smuggling their asses in here and getting their little free slaves. Because that's basically what a lot of these immigrants are. They're slaves, they're cheap ass workers. Like, I mean, there's this guy in my community. He owns a bunch of properties around here and he's housing the immigrants. And guess what? They got housing and they got jobs because they're working at his restaurants as cheap labor. Same there in the UK. Yeah. I mean, it's the Western countries are doing this. And I don't know if they're like trying to get as many capable bodies as they can because they feel like they're going to have to go to blows with these Eastern Axis powers. But like to me, the immigration thing just never made sense, and I can't wait until Alejandro Mayorkas is kicked the hell out. We need to get these people. We need to get a handle on Homeland Security for sure. We really do. So I'm happy that a lot of people are happy. I know a lot of people woke up relieved this morning. A lot of people, they might be in their feelings, but you'll get over it. If you're a Democrat, y'all got therapy on lock. Y'all got therapy on lock. Just go on and hit one of those therapists. They will coddle your problems for the rest of your life and make sure that you pay them, right? Because they want to get paid, off of your problems for the rest of your life. So they're never going to resolve them for you. But going over there and talk to them about Kamala losing and how it makes you feel and how you believed all her lies and how, your life is now going to be threatened because you can't possibly abort your baby at 9 months. And that makes you sad, So just do that, right? But to my people who woke up and you feel relieved, you feel some sense of cautious optimism, I'm with you. I am with you. And hopefully our newly elected, president making history, as I think Donald Trump is the second president in history to get reelected like this. So, we could, Kamala wanted to make history as being the first woman with all them designations, but Trump ended up making history instead. So it is what it is. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. You said you're drinking liberal tears, Marine. Marine is a savage. Don't play with Marine, y'all. Marine is a savage. She says she drinks liberal tears. I would have coffee, Marine. I'm like, what you drinking, Marine? Liberal tears. Liberal tears. I see you, Marine. She is not playing. What do you say? Jesus is the only answer. Amen, Info Warrior. Amen. Amen. And we can't wait until Jesus is king on this earth as he is in heaven. All right? We are. So, you guys have a wonderful day. Kudos to my people who had a wonderful day, sending positive and peaceful vibes to some of you passionate folks out there who can't accept the election results, or you're disappointed that over half of the country voted against your candidate. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You didn't die. None of your rights were restricted under Trump in his first term. He's not going to do anything like that in a second term. Don't let these Democratic pundits and Kamala Harris's concession speech, put you in a fearful state. I mean, she said something, the reoccurring theme, she said something about dark. It might be a dark moment for our. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Then you got Whoopi and The View talking about this is dark and I'm scared. And it's like, what the hell? These bras act like Trump was never, ever president before. These bras act like Trump was never, ever president before. And we just don't know what he's going to do. Like, I mean, he didn't do half of the shit that they talking about and putting all this fear strategy stuff out there about. So what are you talking about? Oh, they are coping today. They are coping. They are coping. They are coping. They are definitely coping today. The View, you got to look at that Sonny Hostin chick. I mean, this woman was like just in tears talking about she's scared. She has less rights today. And I'm like, what the hell is this woman really talking about? Like what is she talking about? You know, she has less rights now than she did, before. It's and then even Whoopi. And you know what's also perplexing to me? I was talking to this lady and she looked about maybe 60 or 70 and she was all upset about the election results. And she's like, I'm a woman, and I care about my body being my choice. And I'm just like, you're like 67, 80 years old. Like, I don't understand what you were talking about in this context. Like, your body, your choice. Like, I mean, isn't it like past even that moment in your life for an abortion to even be possible in your 60s and 70s? Like, what is you worried about? But this is that bandwagon of ignorance, thinking that when you put women's rights and her body autonomy on the table, then you got these passionately ignorant liberal women who are just repeating these talking points without even stepping back and realizing how absurd they really sound. Like a woman that is close to like 60, 70 years old, to me, you shouldn't be even worried about an abortion. I mean, the plumbing is definitely not working down there at that age at all. So it's just weird to me. And like I said, even these broads at these abortion rallies and stuff, these like real, y'all know what I like, the little yuck faces, right? Talking about something, my body, my choice. And it's like, who is getting you to the point of even having an abortion? Who's touching you? Who the hell is touching you? Who is actually, I mean, I guess the Henny can get you all. What Missy Elliott say, see the Belvedere playing tricks on you? So maybe that's what they do. They get these guys full of Belvedere, Ciroc, or maybe they get them on Diddy's brand. What was it, Deleon? Maybe they lace some stuff with that, and then they get these guys to have sex with them unprotected, and then it's like, oh, I'm pregnant. And he's like, not by me. There's no way I touched you. Oh yeah, remember we were drunk? It's like, no. Like, I mean, this is where, dudes, like, they should be me tooing these chicks. They should be me tooing these chicks as well. Like, there's no way that I consciously did that to you particularly. There's no way. There's no way. Are you sure you didn't take advantage of me, ma'am? Right? Some of these women don't even look like they should be at the point of worrying about abortion. They really should not. We're not worried about Allison. Allison is in her feelings. Probably a cat woman. She probably have like cats all up in her profile and stuff. You know how some of these liberal chicks are. They are passionately ignorant, right? She's probably yelling at her dude and screaming and stuff, and he's all like a beta guy. It's like, Allison, we don't care about your feelings, honey. Well, if like we can't deal with you, all right, and your feelings. I'm not angry. What do you mean I'm not? Why am I so mean? Why are people so mean? I'm just responding to people. I'm not mean. I'm actually a very nice person, but I'm intolerable of passionately ignorant people. And I do warn them not to come on my channel. I'm not starving for subscribers like that, right? The people that follow my channel, they're common sense people, right? They have emotional intelligence. They're not irrational people. So, maybe this isn't the channel for you, right? Abortion is not a tool to take care of your irresponsibility and ignore. I agree. And if a lot of people are honest, birth control is mostly used as a method of birth control. and consequence mitigation. Very rarely are women having these abortions because of medical reasons or rape and incest. I mean, that's possible, but for the most part, it's because of this Megan Thee Stallion hot girl summer culture that the Democrat media machine like to promote, where they got these feminist women out there bopping and, kind of whoring themselves in a fun way, having unprotected sex. You have Sexy Red talking about she don't, this is Sexy Red, right? Kamala Harris, right? She comes out endorsing Kamala Harris, right? This girl is talking about how she has had STDs. This girl is naming her lip gloss brands in the name of STDs. And then on top of it, she's talking about having unprotected sex, right? That she said something on the lines of she's the queen of raw dogging or not having protected sex, right? So, I mean, these are the broads that Kamala Harris used, constant, and especially in relation to her little abortion arguments, right? It's like a woman, they shouldn't have to keep these kids that they're bopping around creating. It's like, why don't you keep your legs closed, right? How about that? But I know, or use protection. Like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, he don't want your ass. Why aren't you making him wear a condom? This is the weird thing for me. You know what I mean? Very, very weird. He don't want your ass, but you gonna just let him just shoot the club up. You said again, I asked hundreds of Trump followers, please educate me as to why Trump is so play. Please do. My mind is open. Um I'd like to like him if I could. Well, one thing, Allison, I will say is I don't know how old you are, Allison, but I can tell you that I'm over 40, and before Trump ran for president, right? Nobody perceived Trump as being bad. Trump was rubbing shoulders and kicking it with a lot of the people that you now see have turned on him, right? And then they went on to narrate Trump with these false, misinformed, you know, rumors, or if you will, or this rhetoric about him being a racist. And nobody knew Trump as a racist before 2016 until the Democrats pretty much propagandized the man as a racist. Trump, he was actually pretty likable in that liberal elite circle for a long time. So I'm not sure how old you are, Allison, but what I would recommend you do is go back and look at how much Trump was a big part of these circles who are hating on him now. I would also like you to go back and when Jennifer Hudson's family basically had that tragedy, who protected her and her family while they were investigating that situation by keeping her in Trump Towers. If he's a racist, what kind of racist would do that? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, on the levels of you guys' idea of racist, what constitute a real racist? Because racists would not do that, right? You talk about Jesse Jackson, right? You're here, him and Trump were at this meeting, and Trump is introducing Jesse Jackson introduced Trump to this meeting. So he's doing business, he's doing connections with the black community, right? Yet they're gonna demonize bro and try to convince everybody that he's a racist. But he said something that I thought was very important. I guess Jesse Jackson needed some space. I don't know if it was a campaign or whatever it was, and he approached Donald Trump and asked if he could, get some space in Trump Towers. And originally, Trump was thinking this is going to be a lease, and he's like, "No, I don't want a lease." Right? He basically wanted the space for free, and Trump gave it to him. He negotiated. He said, "Yeah, he's a good negotiator." This, you guys need to define races clearly these days, because the things that Trump has done To me, it doesn't scream racist, right? David Duke is not going to win an NAACP award. He's not going to be presented with an NAACP award by Rosa Parks herself. Go look it up. Fact check me. I'm not spouting off anything that did not transpire in life. You can go and look up the news article. Did Rosa Parks present Donald Trump with an NAACP award? So again, Allison, I don't know what you know about Donald Trump. I know all the reasons why people like you hate him, and obviously it's because you have possibly been propagandized. Okay, you've been propagandized, honey, and hopefully you can see through the smoke screens, right? And that all comes with experience. It all comes with experience. So that's my little spiel on why me personally, I don't have any dislikes of Donald Trump, because he's never been an enemy of my people, right? And even in his first term, he didn't do anything that I thought was directly threatening against Americans. So, we all got our reasons, baby. We all have our reasons, right? So thank you for highlighting that. Is very educational. I mean, I just think that people need to open their eyes and see how some of these political candidates are being propagandized, right? And even how they're being, manipulated to the public. I think that they want people to forget. I think they really do want people to forget. It's like in black people, especially some of these black brulee type people, they should feel ashamed of themselves, because some of them were actually geeking over Trump once upon a time, wanted to shake the man's hand. Now y'all acting brand new because the Democrats have MK Ultra y'all into believing that this man is a racist. Y'all sad as hell, some of y'all. Some of y'all sad as hell. Yes, thank you, Brenda. Rosa Parks did present Trump with the award. She did. You can look it up. I don't just spout things off. I'm not a propaganda machine. Ain't nobody over here paying me. My channel isn't even monetized. This guy asked me, can I give you $100? I don't want your money, right? Save it for your kids. Go put it in a savings plan for them. This is about real conversations for people to have, right? But it is what it is. I speak on pattern observations and fact and nothing more. All right? I speak on pattern observations and facts. So anything I see, you can go and fact check me all day and it will be there. It will be there. You'll be able to reference it. If they're not sweeping the internet, you will be able to see it. What's going on, Sierra? I see you. The eating dogs thing. I mean, hey, you know what? Here's the thing. There was video. People actually saw video of certain migrants, eating animals, whether they were eating stray cats or what, that is, considered a cultural thing to do in certain countries, right? There are certain countries where they eat those types of animals that we think are disgusting, right? And unfortunately, if you're a migrant coming over from some of these countries, right, you ain't got a whole lot to eat. You're going to kind of go with the devil, and, so you're going to be eating stray cat for dinner. And some of them probably did that. Who's General TSOS? Who's General TSOS? Who was paying me? I just really went over that, Zany. You need to open up your ears and listen, or you can't ask questions, because I already said this is an unmonetized channel. It's independent. I don't have allegiance to any political perspective. This is what it means to be staunchly independent. I know it's perplexing to you because we live in a world where everybody can be paid off to be on a bandwagon or what they don't believe, but I can't operate like that because I am a daughter of the Most High. I have my rogue moments, but I talk to God. And you know what he always tells me at the end of the day? In my brain, in my consciousness, I am chaos. And it's okay to be chaos sometimes. People talk about we're going to disrupt this. It's like, no, we don't need to disrupt nothing. But we definitely need to bring the chaos when the stupidity is on the table. All right. All right. All right, you guys. You said I ain't independent. Heather, honey, go kick rocks. You got a whole dog in your profile, so I know you not sure of yourself. Don't come over here telling me about me when I got my profile picture in my handle because I'm not ashamed of how I look. All right. You can't come telling people about what they look and you got a damn dog in your handle. Go on and kick rocks, Heather. Go on and kick rocks. Okay? I ain't trying to be mean, but you're going to have to go on and kick some rocks. Anyways, thank you, Brian. I see you. Brian, thank you so much for your support. What's up, Val? I see you, gorgeous. Look at that gorgeous Val, okay? Heather, take notes from Val. Gorgeous woman in this picture. And you got a damn dog in your picture trying to tell somebody about themselves. If you don't go kick some rocks. But anyways, you guys, I've been on way longer than I normally did. So I gave y'all over an hour and a half. I gave you guys over an hour and a half. And thank you so much for the dialogue. We have fun over here. If you just come over here to get roasted, we'll get busy with you. My chat gonna get busy with you. My mods gonna get busy with you. I'm gonna get busy with you. And no, we not mean people. We just specialize in shutting down passionately ignorant people. So don't bring your feelings over here. I love all my people from the chat. Big ups to you guys. Keep your prayers up. We made it through this political cycle. And I will catch you on the next one. And if you did content like this, hit that subscribe button because YouTube, I know they're a private company, so don't even come up in my chat saying that. But they love censoring my content. And I think it's because, I think we have reached this precipice of information in society. And I think people have been so manipulated and deceived by these mainstream and even some of these private independent outlets that they just want something fresh. They want something that's not paid and they can just get an objective viewpoint and stuff. So you can get that here. Y'all will notice you can't put a super chat on my stuff. YouTube offered me, like, I am eligible for monetization on my channel, but when you start monetizing, you start being beholden to these advertisers. And I kind of got to take the Elon Musk approach where I can't just let you control my thoughts like that. So Elon took a huge hit. Elon took a huge hit standing up for the freedoms of other Americans. And I don't think people realize exactly what Elon went through when he purchased Twitter because he talks about it. He got hurt by those advertisers. Those advertisers hurt him. And now I'm pretty sure with X being as big as it's kind of transitioning into, and especially with this Trump win, I'm sure they're going to be begging his ass to come back and advertise on Twitter because really that's where the populace is now. And honestly, don't nobody want to run ads to a population of people who cries all the time and won't even buy the stuff because they can't afford it with their tears. You said X is dying. I don't know. We need a billionaire like him. I can't trust Elon as far as I can throw him, but I do give him his flowers for at least taking the first step to protecting freedom of speech. And because again, it does help push out the conservative perspective and it evens the information plane, especially if we're in this like polarized culture where you got Democrats and Republicans and then you have all these independents. We really do need platforms that are not leaning either way. And I don't really look at X as being leaning conservative. It's really just a free market of speech and conversation. And I dig it, right? And if you are on X and you want to follow me, Angie C313, Angie's, I'll put it in the chat for you guys. But if you're on X and you guys want to follow me, I do a lot of my Bible prophecy commentating. You said not really. Well, in that case, Eric, let me block your ass from my page so then we can all the way have you not following me. Bye-bye. All right, Eric is gone, y'all. All right, so that's my Twitter handle. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, your God would despise you. I doubt it. Trump supporters echo chamber. Oh, Trump supporter. Why the hell are you here, Heather, you've been hanging around with your dog face picture. You still here. I don't understand, Heather. You talk about Trump supporter echo chamber is X, but it's like, honey, you Lord have mercy. Just girl, if you don't go to a Democrat therapist and just get some help with all of that. Bye, y'all. Yeah, Eric out of here. We had to delete his ass on that dumb shit. I know is she a fan? Is she a fan? She a fan. She a fan. But anyways, thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Info Warrior. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my snipers, right? Shout out to my snipers in the chat too, who was getting with some of these passionately ignorant folks while we were able to have this conversation. Bye, you guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye. You said it's her dead Pat. Shit. She shouldn't be coming talking shit. Nobody will talk shit about her. All right, you guys. Bye.